Hello YouTube, this is Dave the NES guy, and I'm back with another pickup video. I have a lot of stuff to share today. It's been really good here in Ottawa. I haven't been finding stuff in the wild per se, but this whole pickup video, with the exception of one thing, is stuff that I bought locally from one collector that's like selling off his collection and he's pretty much done. A trade with somebody else here in the city, and a little thing I bought off eBay because, you know, I can't help myself. Okay, so first off, I got a console that I've been looking for such a long time. It's highly sought after. I never see it anywhere. It's just impossible to find one. I finally got one. I got me a TurboGrafx 16. And wow, that's an odd looking piece of machinery. Look at that thing. Huh? It's kind of cool. It looks like I should just plug in. Anyway, it's pretty cool. The graphics are good. The music's good. And I have to say I'm very impressed right away. I got this along with 2 controllers and the Turbo Tab, which is awesome because those things, like, they're really expensive, the controllers. So I got all that together. I also got 5 games. Let me see if I can get them out here. Okay, I got 2 loose games. I got World Class Baseball and Keith Courage. I think this is like mandatory if you got those, right? I also got World Court Tennis, JJ and Jeff, and China Warrior, which is hilarious. If you haven't played this game, you're like this big sprite that takes up the majority of the screen. You're just like walking through kicking ass. Like, it's like Kung Fu, but bigger. I also got a couple of the boxes to those. I got China Warrior and World Court Tennis. China Warrior is funny here. In the corner it says, free with purchase of the T16 unit. So, it was a good game. So yeah, the games are not like high quality, but just to have a few TurboGrafx games and to have the system in my collection is awesome. Incidentally, of course, you get a new system, you're like, I want games for it. So I went online and started looking at games, and Ike, they are pricey. I had no idea. I really had no idea how much they go for. And I started looking up like the best games out there, and they're pricey, and it's like, it's gonna be tough to get games for the system. However, I did win one lot. I ended up winning a lot. I think I paid $7 each for these, which is pretty good. I got TV Sports Hockey Complete, and I also got Keith Courage because I'm very like, I don't know, when I display things, I don't want to display just, you know, the Who card? Yeah, I don't want to just display that. I'm very like type A like that. Like, I want to display it with the casing. So, I mean, I might not be able to do that, right? Because a lot of the games are expensive, but we'll see. Anyway, so I've got myself a TurboGrafx 16. Very exciting. Next, I was at my friend's house just a couple weeks ago, and we went to a local arcade. There's an arcade here in Ottawa that every Sunday you pay $5 and it's unlimited, and it's all like, one side is all pinball machines. There's like 20 pinball machines, and the other side's retro games. It's totally awesome, and it was so much fun. And one day I want to go in there and film. I will. I think it's called the House of Zorf. Ooh, hope I got that right. Okay. Anyway, so just before we went over, I was at my buddy's house, and he has a Nintendo, and I just started like going through his games because I do that, right? And he had a game there, and I'm like, oh, that's cool. I don't have that for my collection. He's like, you want it? It's like, yes, I will take it. Thank you. And I told him I would give him, you know, a double of something I had another time because he didn't want the game. So I picked up Boulder Dash. Cool. The rest of the stuff I also got from the same guy that I got the TurboGrafx 16 from. So this is like all NES stuff now, okay? So first I got Golf. I already had Golf, but this is the 5-screw version. I'm trying to get all the 5-screw versions because, you know, collecting, right? Picked up Beetlejuice. Haven't played it yet. Great movie. I suspect it's not a good game. I got The Incredible Crash Dummies. Surprised it doesn't say Crash Test Dummies, but anyway, I think this is one of the later games released for the system, so I'm glad to get this in the collection. I got Simpsons Bart vs. the World. Haven't played that either. I need to find time to play games. I got Yo Noid with Yeah, it's got some label damage, you know. It adds numbers to the collection, but, you know, it's got label damage. Next, I did a label upgrade. So this isn't, I'm not adding anything to my collection, but I basically added Bionic Commando. It's a really good label. And I'm replacing my old one, which looks like crap. And I've had this for like 2 years, and I haven't even attempted. I'm like, one day. Next, I got Road Runner. Pretty cool. And finally, the biggest NES game that I got from him was The Empire Strikes Back complete in box, which is awesome. I now have both the Star Wars games. I think there's no 2. Is there Jedi? I can't remember. Oh my god. Anyway, I got 2 of them in the box, so I'm really happy about that. Finally, I got a few games in a trade I made with Pierre, a local collector here, and I couldn't remember if this is the exact trade. I think this is what I did. So I traded him one of my NES boxes that I had no love for. I know, I traded an NES box. What is wrong with me? And I'm admitting this. But, you know, I didn't want it, and I made the trade. So, you know, that's what we do sometimes, right? And he wanted it for his collection, so I'm okay to, like, trade a box, but, like, games, absolutely not. Games are like, I have it, it's mine. But once in a while I'll trade a box if I could add some more games to my collection. So that's who I am as a person. Maybe you're like that too. So, first off, he just gave me a game. He's like, hey, do you have Golden Axe for the Sega Genesis? I'm like, no. So he gave me Golden Axe. It's got a rip on it, but so what? He gave it to me. It was pretty cool. Next, I got Altered Beast. A game I know very little about. I don't know a lot about Sega. I know like a little bit. So I'm actually looking forward to playing that. I got Echo the Dolphin. I don't know why. I mean, I don't know why. I really don't know why I got this game. Anyway, I got that. And I also got X-Men from him. And I started playing this, and it's the game I played as a kid with my buddy. So a lot of nostalgia there. Not the greatest game, but you know, it's fun. Nostalgia's good. I think that's why we all collect, right? It's nostalgia. Finally, the big thing I got, which I've wanted for a very long time, is Paper Mario, and it's a really clean, crisp copy. I need to play this game because everyone has it as their top 10 for the N64. So I was really happy to get all that. I made a good deal, and we were both happy, right? So, last thing. This is not like video game. No, it's video game related, but they're not video games. Okay. So I got a couple of things. First off, my wife, for my birthday, she got me an e-mug. Look at this thing, it's an e-mug. It's so awesome. And it's the most expensive mug we own in our house right now. But it's an e-mug. Oh, so cool. She surprised me last month with this, and I was very happy. So, coffee tastes exactly the same in the e-mug, but just a little better. And finally, I got this from Fan Gamer. It's a website in the United States. I got Super Mario Brothers 3 Brick by Brick. Okay, and if you're curious about this book, I mean, I was curious about this book. I looked it up online, and the reviews for it are awful, okay? And they're awful because it's not what you think it is. Okay, the front it says the levels, the enemies, the history, the greatest game ever made. Okay, so you think it's just a review of the game and whatnot, right? But Bob Chipman is more or less, he's talking about his personal life, he's talking about, you know, how he got into games, how he got out of them and back into them. I think it's really neat. It's kind of like an autobiography. It's really fun. And then after he's done that, he goes through each level, you know, in more or less, you know, good detail. And he does like a playthrough. He does like a let's play, but he's describing it. And honest to God, I love this game. It's probably my most favorite game ever. Yeah, probably. And just reading it, a playthrough, it was so cool. There's a lot of good details. There's stuff I didn't even know about. And it's really fun. And, you know, the reviews say that it's poorly written, okay? And there are a few grammatical errors here and there and some spacing between words. And, you know, it's very minor, though. It does not detract from the overall story of the book. So if you like Super Mario Brothers 3, I would highly recommend getting this. It's a fun book. So, anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching my video games pickup plus e-mug and book pickup. Cheers. Take care. Hello YouTube, this is Dave the NES guy, and this is a pickup video. No, really?